Speak now. Speak now. Speak now. So I have a few questions here. I tried to hand them out, but I didn't get there in time. I'll start with this one. Maybe someone could tell me if this is for everyone or someone in particular. How have you countered or handled developer interest groups and lobbyists and the pressure from them? Is that a question for all the panelists, or is there a panelist that really wants to talk to that?
I'd like to address that.
Okay.
One, because I think, first of all, taking a negative view towards developers is just a wrong approach. It's not helpful. What we need to do is change how we actually do businesses. Developers are needed. If you're going to have houses, you need developers. The fact is, housing is so expensive, we need developers who are in it not to make money, but to provide housing. And so there's a lot of room for non-profit, for charitable developers. The issue with for-profit developers is that we are competing. We're competing for the same dollars. They have more money, they have more resources. So even in applying for, let's say, grant from CMHC, for example, they're allowed to do that too, or to other government agencies by saying they have a certain amount of affordable housing, or by creating foundations, which a lot of our developers have done. And so we need to be very aware of those issues also. It's not the developers, it's how they do business, and that's what we've got to change. I use one example in Kitchener. We had a unit developed there in Kitchener, and the city mandated, in order for them to get all the benefits of government benefits, that they had to have affordable units. And so they made affordable units. 50% of the cost of a regular unit, they cut certain units 50%. And so look how affordable we're making them. One bedroom, I think it was $2,000, because one bedroom regularly was $4,000. So we're saving you 50%. And so we have to look at that. So I think there's a lot of room for developers who understand, who are into social justice, who understand community, and who wants to provide housing for community. And I think we need to work with them because they have the money. And we need to figure out how we can get access to that money to provide housing for those who cannot afford it.
Yeah.
We're doing here, because this is what you need a voice, because we need to understand, developers have the resources to pay to lobby the government, to get policies, to get rules the way they want them written that benefits them. And for those who are interested in social justice, for those who are interested in doing things for their community, you cannot be working separately. You need to be working together cooperatively as a community so that you have just as much as a voice to get policies and rules changed to benefit your community.
What is the budget for the mill project in New Hamburg? What were major sources of, because I was in and out, so I don't remember if you spoke about Kindred. What are the major sources of funding towards that project? Did you talk about community bonds?
No.
Okay.
The mill project itself, it is a 20 million build out from start to finish. Major funding, obviously that's divided into a number of different sections. Funding from government sources. By government sources I mean granting agencies such as the center, such as CMHC. Will make up probably about 40% of that, and the rest of the funds we actually raise ourselves. There's a number of different ways to do that, which we use a number of different ways, but we raise it ourselves through different foundations, through individual donations, through corporate donations, a lot of different methods that we use to raise funds. Again, we believe very strongly in the community, and in our first year for that mill project, we raised $1.5 million in the community of New Hamburg alone.
Whoa.
And I shouldn't even say that was in the first year. That's what we used for the first year. We did that in about a 6-month period of time. Because I believe there are people in our communities who want to make a difference. I believe there are people here in Stratford, in all of our rural communities, who want to make a difference. And we just have to give them a product that says this can make a difference. And I think that's one of the things that LYNC does.
Yeah. Awesome. That's very heartwarming to hear.